Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ideal Power's channel, commercializing an innovative proprietary semiconductor power switch. Joining to give us a high-level overview of the company, a little bit of his history, and some recent news. We have Daniel, the CEO, joining us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate being on.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to get you on. So I kind of want to dive right into this. For newer audiences, perhaps kind of just give an elevator pitch or a brief introduction to exactly what you're doing there at Ideal Power.
Sure. We're making a really unique, low loss, bidirectional power semiconductor. And people are probably saying, what's a power semiconductor? They in our society today, we are completely dependent on them. They control how the motors operate in your air conditioner or your refrigerator. They are what takes the energy from a solar panel you might have on your house and converts it to AC so you can use it. If you have an electric vehicle, there's a ton of them that control the flow of energy in and around the vehicle, how the batteries are charged. It's really all about controlling and efficiently converting energy from one form to another for all these applications that are out there that we depend on today.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the insight. And as of recently, you kind of successfully completed a phase 2 of kind of the development program with Stellantis. You want to explain what this means, what it looks like moving forward for the next steps, and you guys kind of have a phase 3 that you're looking to successfully complete as well. Do you want to kind of break this down?
Yeah, Stellantis is looking to use our power semiconductor technology in their next generation EV platforms. They're looking for a common platform across their models and brands like, Jeep, Dodge, and so forth. And they're looking for a semiconductor that will help them improve a couple of the key challenges that they're facing, which is the high cost of electric vehicles and the range anxiety that people have about how far can you actually get on your batteries. Our power semiconductor device actually helps improve both the cost and the range of the vehicles, which is why they're interested in our technology.
Now, in tandem, you also announced a global distribution agreement with Richardson Electronics. Do you want to expand on that a bit as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of customers that are out there that, particularly those that are in that make industrial products, that don't typically buy their semiconductor devices directly from the manufacturer. They buy them through a distribution network, and Richardson Electronics is one of the best out there. They really have a really skilled, very technically capable sales team that with lots of customer relationships. So they help get our product into the hands of OEMs that are making products that need a better power semiconductor, and they can do that more efficiently than we can as a small company.
Yeah, I really feel like you're kind of at this pivotal phase of scale. I mean, you're generating revenues with commercial revenue kind of hitting into that six figures as of 2023, considering you had nothing in 2022. Do you want to touch on some milestones and what investors should kind of focus on here from the growth standpoint in 2024?
Yeah, I mean, this year is our year where we begin commercialization. So you're going to start to see announcements about big companies like Stellantis that are working with us. We think that we've got more coming that will be some pretty interesting news, both on the automobile side and the industrial side. Our first commercial products began shipping here just recently. We've got another product that is going to be released here towards the end of the year. So you'll actually start to see order flow announcements. Hopefully, we'll be able to name some of these large customers we're working with because we've got a nice balance between industrial customers and the automobile sector that are all looking for better semiconductors to make their products more efficient.
Yeah, I want to roll back a little bit because this is very intriguing to say the least. But I mean, you have over 30 years of experience in kind of power systems, kind of energy industries. What led up to that aha moment? Like, how did you kind of get involved with Ideal Power?
I've always been involved in sort of leading edge new energy technologies. And when I saw what they were working on, I thought, this impacts so many things. It impacts renewables, electric vehicles, EV charging, industrial applications, UPS systems for data centers. I thought, wow, it's really kind of once in a career when you get to be involved in a technology that can impact so many industries in such a meaningful way. So I'm just excited to be part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that insight. And speaking of kind of meaningful industries, I think the real attention is always driven toward OEMs. You guys kind of mentioned some of those partnerships there. Do you have any updates on that specifically? You want to talk a little bit about the OEM side of it?
Yeah, we've got multiple OEMs that we're working with. We haven't been able to name more of them yet, but hopefully we'll as this year goes along. Some of the largest players to the solar power industry, companies that are supplying the automobile industry, companies that are working on electric vehicle charging, companies that are bringing products to data centers where they need better circuit protection, and people that are working on just traditional, industrial products like motors for big industrial equipment. So it's pretty exciting, and I think we're going to have some names that people are going to recognize as we start to name some of these customers.
Yeah, for sure. And we've kind of been abbreviating to it, but I mean, your B-TRAN module kind of works with EVs, EV charger UPS systems for data centers, energy storage, solid state circuit breakers, renewable. I mean, the list is pretty endless as everything is kind of electrifying. So, I mean, what do you kind of see as the market opportunity? Do you see a lot of competitors out there as well? Like, how are you guys kind of fitting in and how big is this kind of market for you?
Yeah, the market that we're tackling is really, it's about a $7.5 billion market. It's served by really conventional power semiconductor devices today. Um, we see the industrial applications taking off for us first. I mean, the first orders that we're already beginning to ship are for industrial applications like circuit breakers for the electric utilities, industrial markets, while we go through this process to get qualified on the automobile side, because they just have longer design cycles. So what we see are a lot of interest in improved bidirectional switching, because what we're going to see in our society is the more and more use of batteries. Batteries aren't just used for powering electric vehicles. They're used now combined with solar, so that when the sun goes behind a cloud, the batteries step up and provide power rather than have power for your facility drop off. They're increasingly used by electric utilities to firm up the grid when the voltage sags because of weather or other issues. So bidirectional charging is becoming really important as we get more and more electrified. And the approaches that have been out there previously have just been using multiples of the conventional semiconductor devices. We basically provide the functionality in one device that typically is done with 4 devices, and we do it with about 5 times better conduction losses. So we can have a big impact on the efficiency, which means in an electric vehicle, more range out of the batteries, and a solar installation, particularly if it's coupled with energy storage, more useful kilowatt hours for your home or business.
Well, on that note, I'll pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think. Consider subscribing, because when news and catalysts hit the wire, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.